Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial playlist on Kind Spirit Technology channel. Today we are going to start with ESP tutorials, but in here I'm mostly going to be interested into coding. Let alone that we are not going to talk about electronics, about soldering and how to connect parts, but in here we are going to deal mostly with coding part. And I'm going to use mostly ESP8266 microcontroller, but occasionally we are going to deal with ESP32. My IDE of choice is Arduino IDE because it's simple and compact and I have everything I need integrated. But if you don't like that, you could use Atom or VS Code or whatever you like. So now I'm going to show you this IDE. In File tab you have usual commands, you have examples with multiple examples that we are going to cover. Then we have preferences. In here you could set your local directory, you could deal with your editor. And in here you have a text box that is going to contain links towards additional boards repositories. Okay, edit tab, it's just usual. Sketches, in here you have a command for verify and compile, but we are mostly going to use these buttons in here. You could export compile the library, you could upload this program you are working on. And in here one command is interesting. You could include a library from this tab. Let's say that I want to include this ESP8266 Wi-Fi. You see, I got all of my includes on the top. Okay, I'm going to delete this for now. Okay, in Tools tab we have some usual commands, and this is the most interesting part. In here we have settings for our board. If you are dealing with some other board, you are going to open this board tab and choose another board. I have installed ESP32 and ESP8266 boards. And if you want additional boards, there is a board manager command, and in here you could install additional board. Okay, what else we have in here? Yes, manage libraries. This is interesting part. This window you could use in order to install additional libraries or to update already installed. Okay, and help tab, just usual. Two more interesting things in here. We are going to use this serial monitor and serial plotter in our upcoming projects. Okay, so now about code. So programming language that you should be familiar with is C or C++. But keep in mind that programming language that we are using with programming embedded systems with Arduino IDE, it's not exactly C or C++. It's C-like for embedded systems. So if you are from C++ background, if you write some really sophisticated code, don't expect everything to work. But if your code doesn't work, that doesn't mean that you should start screaming and pulling your hair around. So keep your emotions under control, Google it, and sooner or later you are going to find your answer. Now, this top part, above void setup, we are going to use for our includes, as I showed you previously, and we are going to use it for some additional function we are going to create, for global variables, for structures, and so. And these two functions, void setup and void loop, are the core part of your program. With void setup, you are going to create one initial part of code that is going to be executed when your microcontroller starts running. And what you put in your void loop is going to be executed constantly. So this is all for this introduction, guys. I hope that you like it, and from next episode on we are going to dive deep into this embedded systems coding.